Well, happy Easter, everyone, and welcome to my Easter table. I promised to show you what it looked like after I set it with all of the thrifted finds that I got a couple of weeks ago at my Goodwill store. So let me kind of go step by step what I got where and how I staged it. But it might be easier if I started out just telling you the things that did not come from a thrift store. So pretty much the only thing on the table that I did not get secondhand were the plates and the flatware. And then certainly they were not secondhand, but they do have that kind of homemade artisanal quality, and that is these napkins and my coordinating apron that were made by my friend Jenny many Easters ago. And then this hostess had some help from several extra Easter bunnies because Stuart's mom colored all of the Easter eggs for me. And they're so fun. I haven't done that in years, but I didn't have time, so she helped me with that. And then perhaps more importantly, in the sweets department, Stuart's daughter Julia made these coconut cupcakes that are from the Barefoot Contessa cookbook. They're absolutely wonderful, so I put in a request for them, and they are adorned with some carrot chocolates from the dollar store. Now, also from the dollar store, as long as we're talking about being thrifty, are all of the chocolate bunnies and the chocolate eggs, both in white chocolate and dark chocolate. The peeps, the golden eggs, all of them came from just the dollar store. So you could get that pretty inexpensively. And a lot of times on chocolates like this that I use for display, I don't really care what they taste like because they're really more for just the look that I'm trying to create in the centerpiece more than they really are for the quality of the chocolate. And then I have some of these sweet, sweet little leucojum, and I will put the spelling of this in the description below. Several of you asked about them. These were the sweet little snowflake blossoms that remind me of dotted Swiss. They're just so sweet and so innocent and very, very Eastery, I think. And then the basket is the Easter basket that probably looks familiar to you because I showed it to you before. My little snowflakes don't want to stand up and fly right. But I filled it with this Easter grass, and I promised that by Easter, the grass would be long and lush and ready for the tucking of hidden Easter eggs. And so it is. You can see how long it is. In fact, it was so long that I was able to mow some of it and put it in the centerpiece underneath these sweet eggs that Stuart's mama did. On top of the centerpiece of the table, which may look familiar to you, and it's even though it's in its new clothing. And this was that kind of clunky old wooden, dark wood candelabra that I got at the thrift store, and I painted it to look like stone or concrete. So now it looks just a little bit more dignified, I think, and a little, the color of it's a little bit more befitting my Easter table. So I really, really like that. Now, also, this I could not believe I found at the store, and I'm gonna put an image of my cart so you guys know that I really sincerely got these things at the thrift store, and I didn't get them someplace else. But that is these sweet little porcelain bunnies that hold place cards. So as soon as I decide who gets to come for Easter, I'll fill out the place cards, and then it's also holding a sweet little leucojum at each place setting. So I really, really love that. And I'm not a big fan sometimes of Easter things because they come in light colors and pastels that don't really go with the rest of my house. So if I find something that's a little more naturally Easter, or white Easter, white porcelain Easter, or in, you know, darker tones, that fits in a little bit more with the decor of my house. So I tend to kind of migrate towards those things. Now, another really great score that I found, and that you guys typically can find too, wherever you thrift, and that's glassware. So I found these. I guess you could use them for ice water, you could use them for iced tea. Stuart said we need to put mimosas in here, or maybe a champagne cocktail. But look at the beautiful etching. I don't know, Stuart, if you can capture that. But they look very expensive. They're very delicate, and I think each piece was $1 or under. And then they also serve to hold some more Easter eggs with real glass. In the sorbet or champagne version, here each person has their very own cupcake. Now, when I'm through with this Easter table, I could keep this glassware and I could add it to my collection, or I could gift it to someone. I could gift them individually. I could gift a couple of them as a gift with a bottle of wine, or a couple of the champagnes with a bottle of champagne. That would make a really fun gift for somebody, I think. So there's ways that I can kind of recycle them and repurpose them even after they've been recycled and repurposed at my own home. Now, if we go to the end of the table, I was really surprised to find this there, you guys, and that was this cake stand. It's a fluted glass cake stand that's filled with these chocolate eggs. Now I have to tell you, this was a real score at the dollar store, you guys. These eggs, these look really expensive. And they've got little carved, they come in white chocolate and dark chocolate. And Susan, were these, did you say these were filled with peanut butter? Okay, so they're like Reese's eggs, you guys. But I, of course, was captivated by them because I think they're so pretty. And you know, you could put a couple of them together and you could do something with that. I just think those are really, really beautiful and special. And then just because Stuart, since all of the women folk did all of the other things, Stuart had to help decorate. So he positioned the peeps, he said, because he wanted them to swim around the perimeter of this cake stand, which I think was all of maybe $3. Did I say, Stuart? I think it was all of $3. But again, I'm gonna put an image showing these things in my cart so you guys know that I really did get these at the thrift store. Now, years ago, I also got the tablecloth at a thrift store, and then it matched, I think, nicely the homemade napkins that my friend Jenny made for me. But here's a tip of what I like to do to give my tablescape kind of a little bit more expensive, elevated feel, and that is put a really thick piece of felt underneath the tablecloth. I do this inside my glass dining table in the dining room, and I definitely do it here. That way, when you set something down, it's got that nice cushiony feel as they do in finer restaurants. It doesn't kind of clunk on top of the glass with a thin tablecloth on top of it. So there's just a few of the things that are kind of happening at my Easter table. I would love for you guys to be able to come over, walk around in the backyard with me, maybe have a mimosa, but in any case, hop my way for Easter. So thanks, guys. Let me know by all means what is going on at your Easter table and in your Easter garden. Make sure to let me know where you live and in what zone you garden so that we can all share the joy of the Easter season.